Welcome to 1999. You know, I can get a big applause doing that now, but what if 6 months from now I'm still opening the show like that? And it's 1999. That would suck.
There won't be a show you'll be doing that in the deli.
Yeah. During my big nervous breakdown. Oh, man, we got a really big show for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm going to start off the show with some big news in the world of politics. I don't know if you're aware of this, but yesterday in Minnesota, big story, former professional wrestler Jesse "The Body" Ventura was sworn in as the state's new governor. The new governor now. That's right. Yeah, then in a surprise move, he announced he's quitting politics because it's too fake. I heard something you're gonna like. I don't know if we have any sports fans here. I'm a sports fan because I'm such a jock. Why would you laugh at that? Wait, I know. Because I have the body of Don Knotts. In my trunk. According... Not a show here tonight, folks. It's 1999! Some think I held that too long. Others say not long enough. Now, I heard some sports news. According to a new poll, Mark McGwire, get this, Mark McGwire has a higher favorability rating than the Pope. True story. Higher than the Pope. And apparently, the Pope took the news pretty hard because he immediately started taking steroids. He is now Uber Pope, or Ultra Pope, if you like.
I'm thinking Mega Pope.
Mega Pope?
Yeah.
Where I go with Maxi Pope.
Yeah.
There's no end to the fun you can have with that joke in your own time. I got some celebrity news. In a recent interview, Cher denies the popular rumor that she had a rib removed to make her waist smaller. So it's not true. That's right. She said she had a rib removed so scientists could make Callista Flockhart. Which horrifies some of you. Most of you. Last thing I'm going to mention, a little New York story. As part of the settlement of the recent tobacco lawsuit, did you hear this? All cigarette ads have to be removed from Times Square. That's true. Yeah, but don't worry, folks. It's still okay to smoke crack there. What's about tonight's show? We have a big show for you tonight. Very cool actor here on the program this evening from the new movie Hurly Burly. Chazz Palminteri is here on the program. He's very suave. Very cool. We also have a very funny comedian on the show. Anthony Clark is here. Ladies and gentlemen, musical guest Irma Thomas going to be here tonight. It's so much show. I bow to the show tonight. And then you're not about to play Prince's 1999, are you?
No.
Good. Because we'd shoot you, yeah. And of course, Max Weinberg and his Max Weinberg 7, Maxwell. Max, guys, Andy. Hi. Did you have a good New Year's? I haven't really talked to you since New Year's Eve. You have a good time?
Well, I woke up about 15 minutes ago, so yeah.
How many of me are there right now for you?
Just one.
Yeah.
Just one, but it has 3 heads.
I did something which I didn't think I would ever do, which is my girlfriend is a fan of the band Fish.
Right.
And so on New Year's Eve, you know, I don't like crowds. I like to stay at home and go over my butterfly collection at night.
Your Persian miniatures.
That's right, I'm a real dandy.
Yeah.
But she said, no, I want to go see Fish tonight on New Year's Eve in Madison Square Garden. So I went. I went to this thing, and I don't know if have you been to a Fish concert, or it's like a Grateful Dead concert.
Fish concert.
It's just a real scene.
Yeah.
And you feel, I felt like an old man when I first got there, like these kids and their rock and roll music.
What is it with this dude?
Yeah.
Who is this dude?
Exactly.
Right.
I felt like Fred McMurray or something, showing up, and you know, you show up and
you were smoking a pipe and wearing a cardigan.
Yeah, and lecturing the kids about drinking milk. Yeah, but I show up with this thing, and for like 5-10 minutes, you're like, oh, this is, I don't know if I fit. And then you just start spinning like everybody else. You're like, woo, woo. And then, so it was a wild scene, baby.
Right. So that explains the tie-dyed skirt you wore to work.
Maybe. Actually, sadly, I was going to wear that Fish concert or no. Just decided it's time for skirts for me.
The weather's right.
Yeah. But no, it was, I felt like I got into it a little bit.
Grooving, yeah.
Yeah, became a real hipster. See? I know the way people talk today.
That's good.
I'm in on the scene.
Way to go, Gramps.
My favorite part is walking out. This whole concert was packed. I walked out like a little bit early, and some people were recognizing me, and they're all like, they're Fish fans, so they're real friendly, and most of them weren't wearing shirts.
Right.
They all were hugging me on the way out.
Oh.
So I hugged like 6,000 people on my way out of Madison Square Garden. Like, yeah, I love you too, man. I love you. And then I got home, and I was wearing like a suit. I swear to God, I was wearing like a suit, and I smelled like 3,000 sweaty guys.
Wow.
And I kind of liked it.
Wow.
But it was fun anyway.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you had a good time.
And speaking of young people, because that's what we were doing, a lot of our fans, it's come to our attention that a lot of our fans, in fact, most of our fans are young people. They watch the show. Pretty young. Yeah, and we figured, a lot of them are going to be looking for that first job in a couple of months.
Right.
You know what I mean?
In as much as our fans will ever find jobs.
Yeah. Most will be institutionalized, it's true.
It's true.
But some will find fast food jobs.
Right.
And, but they'll be looking for, those jobs, and they're going to be making up their first resume. You know what I mean? And we thought, well, since so many of our young fans will be making up a resume soon, maybe we should try and help them along. So our research team here at Late Night gathered a bunch of celebrity resumes. These are resumes of top celebrities. It's amazing. I don't know how we got a hold of them.
Wow.
But they're top Your enthusiasm's helping here. I don't know. Wow.
Wow.
And these are top celebrity resumes, and I figured, you know, people will see these, right?
Right.
These people have made a big deal of themselves.
And you can learn from success.
Learn from success.
Right.
Exactly. For example, we have Elizabeth Dole. We have her resume, which she just resigned, I guess, from the Red Cross.
Oh, really?
People think she might run.
She's looking for work.
Yeah, she might run for president, and so we thought, let's take a look at her resume, see how she's doing. Here it is, right here. There's Elizabeth Dole. There's her picture, and then you got all kinds of a bachelor's degree, employment, all the different things she's done. She's done a lot there, and then look here. It says 1983 to 87, Secretary of Transportation.
Yeah.
That's true. 91 to 99, President, American Red Cross.
Right.
That's right. 75, this is going back, Curator, Bob Dole Living Museum. Duties include feeding, stretching, and removal of barnacles. Do you know who Anton Jameson is, basketball player?
I do, because I was at rehearsal.
Good of you to come today.
Yeah.
Well, Anton Jameson, he would have been a rookie with Golden State this year if it weren't for the NBA lockout.
Right.
He's been shut out, and so we looked at his resume right here, and there it is, Anton Education, career highlights. Then under awards and distinctions, May 1993, McDonald's High School All-American, Shreveport High School. Then March 98, McDonald's College All-State, North Carolina. Then December 1998, McDonald's Employee of the Month, Route 10, Oakland, California. Too bad. Believe it or not, we got Jack Kevorkian's resume here. Jack Kevorkian's. There it is, and it's pretty amazing because you got to look at him here, and good Lord! Ah! God!
You've got the job, now go away!
That's all he needs is that picture. My God. Anyway, there he is. Don't try and adjust your set. That's Kevorkian. He got all his experience there, all the different stuff he's done. It's pretty interesting here. And then education, his educational quality. And then look down here. It says, people I've killed to end their suffering, 36. Rude to me at checkout, 4. Paper always landed in bushes, 1. That's an example of no joke could top the picture.
That's right.
People are afraid to laugh at the joke after the picture.
They did applaud at the end, so we have finally got people to applaud murder.
Yes.
Nice work.
Which is what our show's been all about.
Thank you.
Callista Flockhart, we got her resume right here. It's pretty interesting. She's a big, talented actress.
Yeah, she's that Ally McBeal.
That Ally McBeal gal. You got your education right here. Same experience, all the things she's done there. And then this is on a lot of resumes for actors. Look down here. Skills and interests. Ballet, rollerblading, fluent in French, can slide body easily through mail slot, can be moved quickly between teeth and gums to clean out food particles, can slice lunch meat with shoulder blades, can sleep comfortably in manila folder, can use forearm as bookmark, can fit neatly between burger and grill to flip burger when needed. skinny. Oh.
I had no idea she could speak French.
Andy.
Impressive.
Oh. Al Gore.
Al Gore,
Yeah.
Vice President.
Yeah, Al Gore, our vice president. Look at him. That's. It actually looks like the paperclip is hurting him there.
Oh.
Don't worry, Mr. Gore. There you go.
Or it could be a shot of one of his 2-hour sneezes.
He takes his time with this sneeze. Very deliberate. No, there he is. It's Vice President Al Gore, and pretty interesting. Look, it's education, experience, all the different things he's done. Then look down here, 1992 to 97, Vice President of the United States. Pretty interesting. January 28th, 1998. Not president yet, but looking good. May 11th, they got the dress. It won't be long now. August 18th, ooh, I can't wait. I'm going to put in a bowling alley. And then December 19th, damn, what's up? Billy Joel. We have Billy Joel's resume right here, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, you got his education, all the awards. Look at all the awards he's won, his discography, and then other experience. 1981, face starting to get weird. 87, no longer recognizing self in mirror. 95, scared off Christy Brinkley. 99, I am the Elephant Man. I don't understand that. People, we say, scared off Christy Brinkley, people go, ooh, that's mean. And then the next one, I am the Elephant Man. That other one was too mean. But the part where he's a disfigured funny. Cuckoo. Or I'll indict you. Ken Starr's education, his employment, all the things. Look at all the experience he's had. And then look at this way long time ago, 1967, interned in White House to perform oral sex on LBJ, vowed revenge. Hey, it's true, baby. And then finally, we got outgoing Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich's. Take a look at this. We got his resume right there. There he is. You know, he's got to find a new job now.
I know.
And this is pretty interesting. He's got his education, his experience, congressional experience, all the different things he did. And of course, did a lot. Most famous contract with America, November 1998. Decided to leave this speakership to pursue my new career as the fifth Teletubby, Newtsy. And then look at this right here. We actually have proof that this is going to happen.
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
Our favorite part of that show. All right, everybody, we're going to take a little break right now. We got a great show for tonight. When we come back, Chazz Palminteri, very cool actor. Gentlemen, you may know my first guest tonight from The Usual Suspects, Bullets Over Broadway, or A Bronx Tale. His new film is Hurly Burly. Please welcome Chazz Palminteri.
Good.
You're a cool guy when you walk in the room. I can't, you set a tone when you walk into a room.
Well, if that's the tone, that's okay with me.
That's cool.
That's
I
okay.
can't do that. I walk into a room and I'm like, hi, everybody. How you doing?
Yeah, well, you know, when you grow up where I grew up in the Bronx, you kind of just keep a low profile and you walk into a room and then you see what happens first, then you take it from there.
So I'd last like 5 seconds there, running around the Bronx going, hi, everybody.
No,
You know?
I don't know about 5, maybe 12 seconds.
Well, tell me, you're back here in New York.
Right.
You're doing some work for the film, promotion for the film, but do you get a chance to go over to the Bronx, see your old neighborhood?
Yeah, when I want my picture taken by the FBI, I go by there and I go back. And my friends, I see some of these guys, and they say, why don't you come around? You know, I said, why do I have to come around for to get in trouble? You know, but a lot of my friends, they're really, really great. I go back to my old restaurant that I used to go to. In fact, every year we have a dinner at my friend's place called Gino's Restaurant in the Bronx, and we all get together and we have dinner there every year, once a year. It's like a shrine there. They got my pictures all over the wall. They got candles with my pictures underneath.
That is great. When you get your picture up in a restaurant.
In fact, and I bring people there. I brought Cher there, and I brought my friend John Cusack there. But the funny thing about it, Conan, is every time I bring a friend there, somebody famous, they put his hands in cement, and he has like the Wall of Fame, and he puts their hands, you know, on this Wall of Fame. But the funny thing about it is no matter when I go, even if I don't call him, he always has wet cement laying around. It's true.
Don't ask any questions.
And so I said to him, I said, how could it be that anytime I come here, you just happen to have wet cement down in the basement? He goes, things. That's the Italian way. They go, things. My friend
That's the great explanation for everything.
Yeah.
Do you get, I know I'm in a really good Italian restaurant when they pronounce all the Italian food correctly. And to them, it must be annoying when people like me come in and I'm asking for...
Well, you say manicotti.
I go manicotti.
Manicotti, yeah, you're not going to last 12 seconds.
No.
12 seconds, it's not going to happen here. No.
What are you talking about? That's my way. There's a thing, you know.
The real way to say it is manigot. Manigot.
And I've heard, I always say, can I have some mozzarella on that? And they go like, no, mozzarella.
Mozzarella, right.
Oh.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it's like a song, you know, you got to like sing it. It's very different.
You don't want me to sing that. Believe me.
And do you know how to make sauce?
Mm-mm.
You don't know how to make sauce?
I don't make anything. I make one meal, which is tuna fish on toast sandwich with ramen fried noodles that boil. That's what got me through college. That's what got me through after college when I had no money, and that's still what I make.
I give this advice to anybody out there, all the women out there. If you want to get a husband, you got to make sauce. Sauce is the thing. Am I right or wrong? Anybody know how to make sauce?
Really?
Well, you got it.
You'd think that, you know, we've moved past now, but no, it's still sauce.
Sauce. There's two tests. You gotta pass the sauce test and the door test.
The door test.
The door test. Well, when you get in the car, the woman's got to open the door for you. You know, years ago, they used to have to lift a little button. I had that, you know.
It's in the,
It's in Bronx Tale.
It's in the Bronx Tale,
But the sauce test is very important. My wife when we got together, she said to me, I want to make you an Italian meal. So I said, listen, she's Italian. I said, but I've had the best sauce in the world, my mother's sauce. She said, trust me, my sauce is going to be better than anybody's. I said, my mother's? She said, trust me. I said, okay. She went to my apartment. I gave her the keys when we first started dating. And I went there. I walked in the kitchen. I smelled it. It smelled great. She said, I want you to taste it. She put the wooden spoon in, made me taste the sauce. Now, she had 4-inch spike heels on and just an apron. So I gotta say,
just an apron?
Just an apron, nothing else. That's where she tricked me, you see.
The pot could have been empty, you wouldn't have known it.
Yeah, it could have tasted like vinegar, I would have said. It's better than my mother's, it's great.
Let's get to work here.
It's true, but yeah.
So the sauce so important, right?
Absolutely.
Now, can you be fooled? Like, what if I said, I'm going to make you a great sauce, and I just put some ragu in there and some oregano? You'd know? No.
Could Larry Bird be fooled in basketball? I'm like the professional when it comes to sauce. I'm the professional. No, please. No.
Now, say your wife's sauce had been no good. You wouldn't have married her, probably, right? It's that important to you.
Well, I don't know. The way she looked was pretty strong. I gotta admit it. I don't know about that, but
right.
No, thank God she made great sauce.
Right,
so
that's the important thing. Now, you of course, you came along in the theater. You had to struggle for a while, like a lot of actors. How good did it feel when you started to have the success you started to have a number of years ago for the first time, and people started, agencies were saying, we got to get Chazz Palminteri, we got to sign him up. Did that feel good?
Well, I remember when I first got to Hollywood, they wouldn't allow me on the same block as some of these agencies, and I tried to get in the door, and they just shut me down. And then when I wrote a play called A Bronx Tale, and then I performed it as a one-man show. All of a sudden, I had every big agency in Hollywood chasing me. In fact, one of them called me up. I was going to see one at one time, and I couldn't make it because I had this 1974 Honda Accord and had a big dent in the side. And it used to run out of water all the time, and I have to fill it up. So I kept overheating, and I got stuck. And I called them up, and I said, listen, I can't make it. My car's overheating. And they said, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. Just go back home. So I got a lift to go back home. I waited, and 45 minutes later, there was this man knocked on the door, and he had the keys. He said, come with me. You're Chazz Palminteri? I said, yeah. He goes, this is for you. It was at that time, it was 1989 brand new Cadillac Eldorado. And they said, the agency bought it for you. They don't want you to be late for your appointment.
How did they, and was a Cadillac your car? Is that what you really wanted, a Cadillac?
Well, they figured Italian from the Bronx, Cadillac Eldorado. How bad could it be?
I hear it ran on sauce.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Let's talk about Hurly Burly for a moment. This movie, great cast. You got Sean Penn, Kevin Spacey. Meg Ryan's in there, Gary Shandling's in there.
Anna Paquin, Robin Wright. It's really a great cast. People always ask me, they say, what is it like to work with all these great actors? And I said, well, it's like playing basketball with Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan. It's like every day it was like, wow, what a shot. Wow, that was great. Oh, my God, I can't believe what he just did. So it was really very exciting, and everybody was from the theater, so we all came from the school of if you shine, I shine. So it was really great.
We have a clip here. Do you need to set this up? This is basically, it's about a group of people living in Los Angeles. A lot of drugs. This is a dark view. A
lot of dark view, trying to find drugs, trying to find meaning in the world. This clip here, this is one where my wife wants me to have a baby, and I'm telling Sean, don't worry about it. And he says, well, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm taking this poison to kill the sperm in my body. I tell him, I got record-setting sperm, so that's what it's talking about.
Let's take a look at this clip from Hurly Burly.
You're not thinking. You're just gonna go over there, hope for the best. Just leave it to luck she won't get pregnant. You're not thinking that.
No.
You don't stand a chance you do that.
No. I got that covered, Eddie. Listen, there's nothing to worry about on that score. I've been taking this stuff and messing myself up, which is why we ain't pregnant at this very minute. You see, my sperm count is monstrous on its own.
What do you mean?
I have a very high sperm count. It's record-setting.
What stuff?
Stuff that's harmful to the sperm.
But wait a minute. Instead of telling her what you want, you're taking some kind of poison?
What is this stuff? I want to know more about this stuff. You're onto something. Hurly Burly's out there. It is in theaters now. Are you sticking around here in New York for long or right back out to the coast?
No, I live here.
I thought you lived out in L.A.
Yeah, I was living in L.A. I moved back here.
I was reading one of those, see a magazine that said, see a home of the star, and it just was this amazing layout that you had.
Yeah, I did have a place out there, but now I have a place here now.
Good. You're back home where you belong.
I'm back home. I'm back on the East Coast.
All right. Good to have you here.
Okay,
Chazz, thank you for
so
doing
much.
it. Chazz Palminteri, everybody. Anthony Clark is coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Show still coming up. In fact,
Conan, can I interrupt you here for
sure.
a second? I'm sorry to stop the show, but I'm actually kind of worried about Joel again.
Really?
Yeah.
You're worried about Joel? Folks, for those of you who don't know, Joel is our announcer. You hear him at the top of the show announcing all the guest names and our names. What about Joel has you worried, Andy?
Well, you guys probably don't know this, but he has a tendency to get kind of depressed. And, with the holidays just being over, I think I kind of sense that he might be in the dumps today.
Okay, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we check in on him, see how he's doing? Liz, could you patch us through to Joel's voiceover booth, please?
Sure, Conan.
Hey, Joel.
It's Conan O'Brien!
Hiya, Joel.
With Andy Richter and the Max Weinberg 7.
It's a great job, as usual, Joel. We were just wondering, is everything okay?
Sure, it's 1999 and my brain's burning with Millennium Fever.
That's great. Well, did you have a nice New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve. Countless revelers cheering wildly in the confetti-strewn streets. Lovers' lips meeting gently in the sweet midnight air. Of course, all that my lips met New Year's Eve was a half pint of gin and the stainless steel tip of a crack pipe.
Joel, that's terrible. I thought you'd resolved to take care of yourself this year.
I certainly had, Conan. Unfortunately, my wife had resolved to take 8 or 9 lovers, have me beaten by teamsters, and hawk my dead mother's jewelry for sex toys.
Joel, that must be incredibly painful. I mean, maybe you should talk to a therapist.
I talked with one yesterday.
What did he say?
He said, get the hell out. I'm having sex with your wife and 8 guys.
That is so humiliating. Is there anyone else you can turn to?
Last night in a daze, I wandered into the meeting place of a millennium cult who were in the midst of a horrific castration ritual. Against my will, I was strapped to a coffee table, forced to drink urine, and then shot in the thigh with a nail gun.
Joel, I don't know what to say.
No sweat, Conan. Turn a blind eye to my horror. I'll just remain here in this windowless booth, drowning in my own filth, praying in vain to a cruel, silent God who denies me even the comfort of death.
Did you see the Fiesta Bowl last night?
You bet! Go Vols!
All right, everybody, we'll take a little break. I'm sure he'll be fine. When we come back, Anthony Clark, very funny guy, is going to be here. Stick around. Guest tonight is an actor and a comedian. Please welcome a very funny guy, Anthony Clark. How you doing?
Good. What's up?
Oh, did you work there, or you just got it for free, or what's the story here?
Actually,
Because they owe you money now. You've worn it on TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what happened was I lost my bags at the airport in Boston, and luckily the pizza shop had a wardrobe line.
You're very lucky.
That's all that's behind that.
Just stick with that. Well, how have you been? We haven't seen you in a while here on the show.
I've been
You've been
really
okay?
good. This morning I woke up with a splitting headache, and I didn't even know if I could do the thing tonight, but I don't know. There was no aspirin at the hotel, so the front desk gave me a Viagra, and I have totally forgot about my headache, but I'm exhausted because I've been going at myself all day long.
Not usually the response I get when I say, "How have you been?"
I can't get enough of me. I think I'm a machine.
You've been spending a lot of time with yourself. I think
Yes,
it's serious. You went to Europe recently, though, right? That must have
I
been
did.
fun.
I went over and went to Italy, all through Rome and Siena and Florence, and there was one bad thing. I was traveling with my best friend, and she got ripped off early on in the trip. This woman, while we were in Rome, walked up to my friend and actually threw my friend a baby. And when my friend caught the woman's baby, her other kids ran up and took what was in my friend's pockets. So...
And that's like a scam they do there?
Yeah, it's like, you know, let that be a travel tip for you, you know? If you're ever over in Italy and someone owes you a baby, swat it to the ground. Yeah. Swat it to the ground and go, "I don't think so."
Well, have you been anywhere else? Have you been here in the States anywhere?
Well, I just got back. I played William and Mary University. I did stand-up comedy there in Colonial Williamsburg, Virginia. Have you ever been down there?
I have been to Colonial Williamsburg.
It's kind of like an amusement park for history buffs. You know, you get to pretend like you're in the 18th century. People are wearing, you know, costumes, and they're on horses and stuff. And I like you. I'm not going to lie to you. I was a little bit stoned when I was there. And purely for medicinal reasons, though. You know, I want to clear that up. I would never smoke pot just to get high, but sometimes my leg hurts.
Okay. It's very responsible. possible.
Sometimes it hurts a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, I'm a little bit stoned. I'm standing there. I'm watching this woman for over an hour and a half stand there and churn butter, right? And, she, you know, I can't stop watching her. She's freaking me out. And she eventually has the nerve to look up and go, "Any questions?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Martha, do you realize there's a 7-Eleven not a mile down the road? Do the words Land O'Lakes mean anything?" You know, I wanted to tell her, there's an information superhighway. We think you should build a frigging on-ramp.
They must have kicked you out of Colonia Williamsburg.
She was a little angry at me.
They don't take to that.
Yeah, she was very, very upset.
I was mentioning earlier in the show, I went to a Fish concert. I understand you've been hanging out in the music scene, I like to call it.
Finally.
Really?
Well, you know, you want to... Like, this past year, I got to go to the MTV Music Video Awards. I've wanted to go forever. It's a great event. And the only thing I learned from that whole experience was never, ever share a cab with Wu-Tang Clan. Because I had Old Dirty Bastard on this side and Busta Rhymes here, and I'm thinking, can I get a what? That's a song they're playing on MTV, Andy.
Oh.
You don't have to tell Andy.
He's hip?
He's down with it.
He's probably down with it. Are you down with OPP?
I actually haven't paid my cable bill in a while.
Well, I'm a lyrical gangster, word 'em up.
Yeah. Did you get home to Virginia at all? Because I know that's where you're from.
Oh, I have to tell you one more thing about MTV, though. I got to play basketball with Marilyn Manson.
Really?
He's a great ball player. I mean,
Is
it's
he?
just kind of funny watching him run up and down the court in those high heels, you know. I'm saying, I was like, Marilyn, that looks like a pump, but I bet it feels like a sneaker. He's another guy on MTV.
Him I know about.
Okay.
If we can make all of us happy here, then we've really got a segment.
But my mom does say hello.
She does.
And she's in Virginia.
Where in Virginia is she?
I grew up like in between Lynchburg and Charlottesville. It's like the Blue Ridge Mountains. Mm-hmm. It's, I was home, you know, El Nino during that. It's got flooded, so they can put water on the cattle. You can go there for a while. I'm telling you, though, floods, they scare me more than any natural disaster. My next-door neighbor in Los Angeles, kids got a lot of pets.
Could be trouble anytime.
I'm just careful.
Where do you live? Do you live out in Los Angeles?
I live in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is home. I've been there since 1994. And it was tough at first. It's hard meeting people out there. So, you know, I joined a gang. And it's not a very tough gang. We're called the Lemon Slushies. But I try to make it home. You know, I have pets. I have 2 cats and a Chihuahua. And I miss them. The Chihuahua is the dog for lazy people, you know. You don't even have to walk it. Just hold it out the window and squeak.
How does your downstairs neighbor feel about that?
I've only had really one other pet. I had a pet cow for a while, but my parents made me get rid of it because they said I was mean to it.
Really?
Just cause one time. Some people in the audience are very scared as to where this is going.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm scared as to where this is going.
Others of them are very excited. No, they made me get rid of the cow just because one time I accidentally tried to make it eat hamburger. Well, I guess cows aren't into the 4 food groups, especially when they are 2 of them.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of works out that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
what about new projects? You're working on a TV show? We like to talk
well,
about
I just
this?
did a movie called Killing Cinderella, starring with Jessica Capshaw and Maren Hinkle, who's on a Broadway show here in town.
Right.
And I don't know when that'll be out. And I'm working on a new television series for another network, which will remain ABC.
Okay. Very well done. You won't get us in trouble now. Thanks so much for coming by.
You're so welcome,
And,
man.
you know, when you're promoting that show, come back.
Oh,
Visit us
thank
again.
you very much. I
Anthony
appreciate
Clark,
it. Thank you
everybody.
so much.
Thank you, Anthony. We'll take a break. When we come back, Irma Thomas is here. Stick around. My next guest tonight is known as the Soul Queen of New Orleans, and she can be heard on the soundtrack for River of Song, a new 4-part PBS series that takes viewers on a musical journey down the Mississippi River. Please welcome, give her a real nice welcome, Irma Thomas. everybody, that's our show of the night. I do want to thank all